Hello. This is a weird angle, and I realize that. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience today to deal with my tripod, so it's just... it is what it is. But there's a cat in the shot, and some bullshit in the shot, so... okay. So since my last video, where I said that I was going to try to recommit to this, I have actually been working on some videos, but they're more complicated than I really should have taken on for just getting back into things. So while those are kind of bubbling away on the back burner, I thought I would do a little bit of an easier video that I can get up there so you don't think that I just disappeared on you again. And I'm very pleased to say, because I've started reading again, I read 3 books this past week, compared to the 0 basically that I had read in the 6 months prior, literally 1 book. Like, seriously, I talk about that in the last video, and how I wasn't really reading, but I have started reading again, and I'm, like, loving it and feeling it again. So to kind of embrace that, and to back into reading and talking about reading, I thought today we would do something that I've been wanting to do for ages and just hadn't, and that is a little browse through my bookshelves. We are going to shop my shelves. So I had been pretty minimally accepting things for review for a while now, and intending to completely cut off accepting books for review, which I'll talk about in a later video because I'm sure there are going to be questions about that, but just for my own sanity and enjoyment, I think I just need to stop for a while at least, which is really, really hard to do. But honestly, when I actually stop to think about it, I have so many books on my shelves that I've bought that I was super excited about, couldn't wait to dig into, and then I just never had the chance because I had so many review books going, or that were sent to me just unsolicited, and I thought, well, that sounds cool, or maybe I'll want to check that out, but again, never had the chance because I just had so much constantly that it were required in some way. I had things that were slipping further and further and further down the list, and there's so much even that I've forgotten about. Like, I'll go through my shelves and be like, I have that book, or my Kindle. Oh my god, on Kindle, literally I was going through it the other day and I was like, when did I buy that? Things that I'm excited about, things that I almost would have bought in a physical copy, not realizing that I already owned the Kindle book, and just probably never would have even realized. So anyway, we're not going to go into the Kindle today. Today we're just going to go through that chaos. Now, the way that my bookshelves are set up is they are stacked and double rowed. So you can see that they're stacked, maybe from here. They're all kind of on their sides, but behind those stacks are more stacks. We're not going to go into the no man's land of the back stacks today. Somewhere I do have pictures of what's back there in case I want to try to figure out where a book is that I can't find, or I'm just curious what the hell I own. You know, maybe we'll have a discussion one day about book hoarding. That seems to be a really touchy subject on Twitter, but not today. Today we're just going to kind of browse through and we're going to see what catches my eye. I'm going to pull off a few books, probably more than I intend to read, and from there narrow it down into a sort of TBR. I'm not locking myself into a TBR because, again, I've just started reading again. I'm not putting any kind of restrictions on myself that will make me stop or will make it feel like work, because, like, I want to get back into it. I don't want to create barriers for myself to make it less likely that I'm going to get back into it. So it's sort of a TBR, but really I could throw out all of them and decide I'm not going to read one of them, and that would be okay. But I thought it would be fun and good for me to see what I've got on my shelves that will re-inspire me to read, and maybe it will be fun for you guys to peek through my shelves, and also to kind of see some books that maybe you're curious about or have read and love and you're like, oh my god, you have to read that. So that's enough of a ramble. Let's go ahead and start digging through my shelves. This video was entirely too dark, wasn't it? I meant to turn the light on and I forgot. Okay, so here is just kind of a quick overview of some of the shelves that we're going to hit, because this is no man's land. As you can see, Katsanova, that's Kimba, Katsanova knocked over a box of things that just cascaded down. It used to be right there. So I'm just not even going to go into that corner or the bottom shelves because there's stuff stacked in front of it, and just I don't feel like bending down either. So we're just going to kind of focus on these, like bluish, purplish, some black and white, green, maybe some red if I feel like leaning. I don't know, we're just going to kind of browse through. Lots of things, a lot of things I've read on this shelf, although I bought this one just because I thought that the cover was cute, but it actually I think is totally what I'm in the mood for right now. So I'm going to set this one aside. Keep an eye on it. But most of these things I've read. So let's move on. Sweet Venom I had been wanting to read, and I heard that was good. Oh, Midnight Never Come too. I want to read this series, but I don't think I have the first book. I love Elizabeth Eulberg. That might be a good choice. Something fun to kind of get me back into things. Maybe. I thought about rereading this series. Liar's Moon, the first book is Star-Crossed. I love that series, so that's a maybe. The Wizards of Once might be good. Did I ever read Glow? Maybe Glow. Ooh, someone just recommended Dark Days Club to me. That might be. Decisions. Okay, let's look at some of these green books. Green doesn't normally let me down. This book, you guys, Keeper of the Bees, so fucking good. Uprooted too, so good. Oh, there's Star-Crossed. That is what I was saying I might reread. I've reread it before. I really love it. I've been meaning to read Tender Morsels for ages, also Across the Great Barrier, but I want to reread the first book first, before I read this one. Ooh, maybe Sarah Addison Allen. I'm gonna pull that one off. I really need to pick up more by Moira Fowley Doyle because I loved The Accident season so much that I've been meaning to get her other books. But I don't have them, so that's not helping me right now. Let's move on. So, I have so many things. Ooh, you know, I could kind of go for a reread of Rosemary Clement Moore. Although maybe Texas Gothic instead of this one. I don't know. We'll see. I had read a little snippet of this and really liked it when I started it. I don't know if it's what I'm in the mood for, but maybe soon. I don't even want to bend down to those, so I'm not. Do I need to go through these two? Maybe we'll save that for another Shop My Shelves. We'll save the No Man's Land too. But you know, before I walk away, there's actually one that I have been meaning to pull out of here. Of course, it's on the very bottom. For whatever reason, this one just calls to me. And I keep picking it up and thinking I'm going to read it, and then it keeps not happening. Here you go. You can have that one. I decided to give a quick glance to this signed shelf, too. There's a lot on here that I still need to read, but I'm thinking that maybe I want to read Doll Bones. I just finished up Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and it's made me want to read more. But I don't have the rest of that series. Actually, I feel like I do. Maybe they're Kindle books. So these are the books that I pulled off, and wow, they are all totally different from each other. I also grabbed Lips Touch by Laini Taylor, which would be a reread, but I love it, and it's so what I'm in the mood for. It's also 3 novellas, so I could just read one if I want, and I think I might. But anyway, here are the books. Lips Touch by Laini Taylor, Doll Bones by Holly Black, Live Forever by Amy Talkington, The Splendor Falls by Rosemary Clement Moore, but maybe Texas Gothic if I can find that, because I don't know, either one actually. Lost Lake by Sarah Addison Allen, or something else by her. I feel like I'm in the mood for something like this, but I don't know if Lost Lake is the one. And then the last one is The Misadventures of Maud March by Audrey Columbus, I think? I'm trying to read this through the camera. Yes, I think. Okay, whatever. Which I don't really know. What was that? Did you see paper in this? Because I really thought I saw a piece of paper in this. Am I losing it? I don't know. Maybe somewhere in there there's a love letter from a stranger. Who knows? So those are the books. An odd collection if ever there was one. And again, I don't know which, if any of these, I will actually read, but something about them is calling to me right now. Something about them suits my mood. So if there are some that you recommend that are similar, or if you've read any of these, let me know. So there we have it. We've done it. We've shopped my shelves. You know what I've picked at this point, but I don't because I'm recording this outro before I get there. So, wow, weren't those great? Such great picks. Wow, Misty, you have so many books. Or something. Let me know what you guys think of the books that kind of piqued my interest in this video and whether they piqued yours too, or if you've read them. If you saw something on my shelves that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments. If you have questions, I may have read it and that's why I didn't mention it, or maybe I just overlooked it and you think it's amazing and that I should read it. Let me know all of that below. And of course, thanks for hanging out with me and chatting with me about books and bookish things and life and whatever you've stuck around for or that you get a hold of me on Twitter for. All of that. Thanks for all of that. Oh my god, thank you guys so much for your comments on the last video. Seriously. Ugh. The warm and fuzzies, man. The amount of warm and fuzzies I felt after that. Like, I'm gonna save those comments forever. It just felt really, really nice. It felt like coming home to friends. I love you guys. And hopefully I'll see you again soon, but I, again, make no guarantees for now because I don't know what's going on right now. But until next time, thank you guys for watching, and of course, happy reading!